Hi, it's Mrs. Stitches or Sheila. Hi everyone, today's date is, I should also say what Flosstube episode this is because I wrote it down. This is episode 64. Today's date is July 17th, 2024. And the reason I know this so well is because it's from 1 week today is my 60th birthday. Yay! So I thought I would just put up a quick floss tube. I was thinking of doing one on my birthday. I may or may not get to one, and I kind of don't want to have the commitment because I think we're going to go on a little road trip on that day. So I am leaving tomorrow for my first local retreat, semi-local. It's on PEI, and just 1 second, I'm going to close the door. My voice makes Chicken Hawk call out for me, so I could hear him in the background. I'm not sure if you could, so I thought I'd pause it. I'm on our sun deck, and it's actually really warm here, so that's why I had the door open. But this won't be a long video, I don't think. So we'll just see. We'll see what I do. We'll see what I do. So yeah, so I'm going on a retreat. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm driving there in my new car by myself, my new used car, and looking forward to it. It's about a 6-hour drive. So I'm leaving around, I've got to be there at 6 p.m., but I'm going to leave a bit early to just enjoy the road and not be rushed. So it'll be a good trip, hopefully. And then I'll be back on Sunday, and my birthday is next Wednesday. So yay! Okay, so I'm going to just show you, I think I've worked on, I want to say six things. So let's get to it. I don't think I have any finishes, but I'm getting close on some. So first things first, let's look at my order of things because then I might stay on track. Okay, so, I wanted to mention that after last time I talked about Sleepy Hollow, and there was a viewer, one of my viewers, and thank you so much. I can't remember who it was, but I'm not sure if she'd want me to mention her name anyways, but had a great suggestion, a really lovely suggestion. Because I was upset that I had bought the wrong color for the moon, which I'd already started, and she said just mix reds, and I've done that before, and that's a brilliant suggestion. And it's nice because it's variegated anyway, so, and it's almost on the other side of stuff, so I think it'll work out great, and things aren't all just one color anyway, so that is a really, really great suggestion. I'm going to do it for sure, just to bring out more yellow. I'll probably mix it with a bright yellow or a white yellow because that's what I'm looking for. Okay, first things first that I worked on. This is my travel project. This is a mix of black work and cross stitch, and it's called, I think it's called mint and lime and chocolate, I think is what it's called. But I think of it as like mint and chocolate because that's my favorite, is chocolate mint ice cream, or the mix of like chocolate mint, hot chocolate, or chocolate mint. By the way, I'm on a diet. So I've been thinking about a lot of really yummy things, but I'm on a diet. So anyways, this is my travel project, and it's going really well. And so yeah, I'm just cruising along. And I think near here is actually the top, I believe. It's almost like a square in a square in a square. But there you go. That's the start of it. And like I said, I do enjoy working this when my husband's driving. Me driving by myself, I won't be working on it. I'm not going to take it with me. So anyways, but this is a peppermint purple pattern. Turns out it did have half stitches, and I picked Ada, but I'm just punching a hole. There's not many half stitches. They're only at like where the corner meets type thing. And so it's fine. It's fine. So, but yeah, it's coming along nicely, and I do like their designs. I actually enjoy the black work more than the cross stitch on this. Sometimes you get bored of the black work, but it's kind of a nice challenge. I think I said this on the last one. I'll take a bit of the pattern, and then I try to do it without looking. I try to kind of train my brain to understand the way the pattern works. So it's kind of a nice challenge there. So yeah, it's just coming along. So the center part here is all complete, and then there'll be stuff in here, and there'll be a square coming out like that, and then there'll be another big square coming out kitty corner. I think then there might be one more big square that finally frames it all. So that's coming along nicely. Okay. Next is my new start. I said I had no finishes, but I didn't say I didn't have any new starts. So where did I put that? Where did I put that? Is this it? I think this is it. So I started Tiny Modernist Moths and Moons. The Moths and the Moon. I started this and I am loving it. I'm taking this with me to the retreat to finish off. So I'm not sure how much more. Well, I'm leaving tomorrow, so I probably won't work on much more. But it's going to be my retreat piece. One of my retreat pieces. I have more than one. But there you go. I'll just move the needle minder just a second. Let's move the needle minder a little bit out of the way. So I'm near halfway, not quite halfway, but pretty close. So let's see what we got here. So I've got almost, I think I've gotten all the way across on the top. And the moon's done, of course. There's these mushrooms. They're hard to tell that they're mushrooms. They're in every single corner. They're a bit of work because you really have to kind of follow the pattern. This is the sewing shop fabric of the month called Club Fabric. It's a 28 count Dirty Martini Lugana, and I love it. I love it so much. It's such an easy stitch on, and I love the way the pops of color come up, or the dirty color. I just love it. So there's 6 moths all together, so that I'm doing the back stitch on the moths as I go. So there's that one, and then that one, and then that one I just finished a little while ago. And then I just started on the mushroom down here, and I'm working my way across. So yeah, I'd say just about halfway done. So if I had the other mushroom done, I would fully say, yeah, I'm halfway done, but those mushrooms take a bit. But it's been a great stitch. And again, the fabric makes me so happy. So thank you, Kaylee. I love this one. I absolutely love that fabric. And I'm getting quite a fabric collection. When you're in a fabric month of the club thing, you do build up. So I just switched my count for not the one that just came, but the next one. And so I'll build up that count also. We'll see if I like that count, because it's a 32. And in general, I don't like 16 too much. I like either 14 or 18, but I just don't have a lot of experience with 16. There's no reason why I shouldn't like it. So it should be fine. Okay. Let's see what's next. Astrocat. Did I bring Astrocat out? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, it's right here. So last week I was dog sitting. And so I actually got a lot of progress done on 3 projects. I only took 3 projects, and I couldn't figure out their TV. I think it's because it's a streaming type thing, and you just don't have normal switching channels. I wasn't sure what was pay for, what was free. And so I watched some TV, but for the most part, I was just sitting, and it's an old dog. And so I just had to get up and let the dog out to go pee. So I got lots and lots of stitching done. Lots of stitching done. So let's show you Astrocat. I just have to pop it out of the Q-snap. Yeah, I was really happy with my progress. I think Astrocat, I was doing about 400 stitches a day. And then I was also working on my birthday cake, which I'm trying to finish before my birthday. So I got 1 week left on that, and you'll see it in a bit. I made good progress. But here's Astrocat. So this is a Heaven and Earth Designs cell, 2024 cell. And I should turn the light on. I wonder if the light will help. Let me just turn the light on. Okay, I think it's a little brighter. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. I'm going to pop my glasses on so I can see too. Okay, so I'm just working on trying to finish up the top 3 pages along here. So I'm kind of working, I probably haven't worked on it yet today. I'll probably work over here today, bring that one down, but just kind of making my way on it. It's by Shiro Machete, Astrocat. And I love it. It's good, and it will be finished by the end of this year, for sure. I'm a little out of breath these days because I had an accident. I had a fall. When I was dog sitting, the dog, again, was old and needed to go to the bathroom a lot. And so I stayed overnight there for, it was from Wednesday to Saturday. And in the morning, the first morning I got up, I don't know, around 6, because I was told to let the dog out between 6 and 7 in the morning and 9 and 10 at night. And so I got up around 6 and the dog was still sleeping. And so I let the dog out. And then the next morning I was a little lazy and I hit the snooze button a whole bunch of times. And then I woke to the sound of the dog's nails. And so I was rushing to get downstairs and I hit my leg on the end of the bed, on a solid wooden frame bed. I hit my thigh and my momentum took me forward and I fell in my ribs. I did something in my ribs. So it actually hurts to breathe deeply. So I'm not breathing deeply and I tend to get out of breath at different times, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I am okay. And there's nothing you can do about if the ribs are broken or bruised or pulled muscles. It's all the same. You just wait till it gets better. So not a big deal. So anyways, the dog had piddled. And then the next morning I got up earlier and the dog still piddled. So I just had to clean up piddle. But okay, so that was Astrocat. Next is birthday cake, which is right here. So I have to pop it out of the Q-snap. Well, yeah, I better. So what I've been working on, this is a Carol Manning. I'm doing, Astrocat is on 25 count gridded Ada, just standard Zweigart. This is on a 18 count, I think. Ada, just white Ada. And so what I have done is, in the finishing of this, it's hard to figure out which way's up, but I'm gonna just, well, I got a needle halfway through a stitch, but there you go. That's what I've done so far. So I've actually finished all the color. And what I got left is filling in either a crew or 3865. And so what I did, I had started with 3865. I'm going to put my glasses up to see better. So this is actually 3865. It is not the color the Ada, it's 3865. But I didn't like how you can see it. And so then I switched to a crew. So this is a crew over here. And then it's kind of a mix. So this is the center, this line coming down here, and this one going across here. So my idea was I was going to do a crew, 3865, 3865, and then a mix in the cross. Well, I forgot my plan, and I threw a little bit of a crew down there. So right now I'm doing, this will be a mix of a crew. It doesn't matter. So I'm planning on actually putting this in my car. I might actually do like a seat cover and maybe some mixed cross stitching or a headrest cover or something. So I'm going to just use this practically somehow, and so it doesn't matter. But that's my birthday cake, and it will be done by this time next week. I have less than, I think I got 4,500 stitches before I did what I did this morning. So right now it's just filling in the colors. It's only either a crew or 3865. So it don't even need to have anything like any pattern keeper open, because I just know. So I'm not even marking off what I'm doing because I'm just filling in. So I'll probably take it with me. I might not work on it because I think I'll be fine when I get back. Well, I might try to get it a little closer, because if it has 4,000 stitches, that's a lot to do in 3 days. So I might take it with me and get a little bit done. Maybe try to get it down to 2,000 or something like that. It's okay. Okay. Next is, I got to do those two. Okay. Don't let me forget those two because they're not on my list. Okay. So next is my seasonal flux. So this one I work on every Sunday, and it is from Cross Stitch the Earth by Emma Congdon. And I'm doing this one here. And I'm working on them as the seasons. So on the right now we're in summer, and so I'm working on summer, and I'm doing great. I'm enjoying this. It is a bit of always like, oh, I got to work on it. You know, I nearly forget sometimes. I think this last 2 weeks I kind of remembered halfway through the day because I was working on something else. But so I think since last time I saw you, I think I filled in all this blue sky behind here. And I definitely did all of this green, and this is half of a tree with the next season. I think I'd already done the bee, but there you go. That's what I worked on in that apple. Isn't that great? I think that is so, so cool. So it's coming along great. I'm doing super duper on it. Making progress. I think I've counted it out and I'm good. I'm good on it. So next, I mentioned this briefly, so I'm going to show you this. This is every 13th in the end of the month, two times a month, I work on this. This is Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place, Cheryl Granda. And last you saw it, I had this flaming head all done. I don't anymore. I made a mistake, and it was too big of a mistake to not tear it out. So I had to pick all of that flaming head, and I had done part of his collar. There was a line, I'll show it to you on the fabric. I did it all off the wrong thing. So let's see if we can show you. Okay, so this is where the flaming head was over here. Let me show you exactly. It was exactly right there. That's where the flaming head was. The collar used to be down about here. So let me just fold it up a bit and show you a bit closer where my mistake was. I can't believe I didn't notice it before. It was really, really stupid. So there was this line, this blue line, and I was supposed to go off. There was 2 stitches together, and then there's single stitches going down, and then there's not even 2 stitches at the bottom. I don't know why. Instead of going off the top where I was supposed to be going, I went off the bottom. So that was a solid, almost 20 stitches down and probably about 10 stitches to the wrong way. So it was going to be really weird, because what suddenly happened was I started working on the horse, and I couldn't get from my horse to the collar because they're actually supposed to be side by side. And so anyway, so I have restitched the collar. So I tore everything out, frogged it. And I have to say, some people say unpick. It is picking. It's just like de-thawing. You're picking out your stitches. You're not unpicking them. You're unstitching them, but you're not unpicking them. Unpicking them is actually stitching them. It's just like thawing and de-thawing. So I picked out all my stitches, or I frogged them. And that took me all of the night of the 13th and into the 14th. I wanted to get it done, so I think I just had a tiny bit. And I'm a firm believer in, for me, not putting things into timeout. I want to fix the mistake while I can. It's frustrating, but I don't want to put it away. For one, I may forget about the mistake. And number 2, I actually want to get that done. I want to get that off of my plate. I don't want that hanging around. I want to fix it. I don't necessarily have to stitch on it after I fix it, but fix it. And so that was, and it's all in your attitude. And so you could be frustrated, that was 2 days worth of stitching that I just had to frog out, or I could look at it as a game. And so I did. It was like, because there were probably in that fiery head, I think there were maybe 6 colors, and so they're crossing over, and so it's trying to figure out, and some of them there's a couple of oranges, you can't tell the difference between the colors, and trying to figure out how to pick the stitches out, where's the next loose one, and how to properly cut it. The only thing I was scared of was cutting the fabric, and thank goodness I got through it without cutting the fabric, but it was a challenge, and it turned out to be a bit of a game. So this was a bit of a step backwards, but I'm now back on track. So I worked, like I said, picking it out, getting it right back, and putting that collar in. So there you go. There's my Sleepy Hollow. So I look forward to next time working on it, because it's a whole new stitch now. There you go. Don't know if I'll do the head again. I might continue on the horse and try to get things solid on the horse. It was funny because I kept going to the horse and things just didn't seem to be going right. Yeah, there was a reason why. And then another thing I did is I decided to spin a wheel to start working on. I have goals and I'm not getting to my goals. And so some older projects, I thought I listed a bunch and I just spin the wheel to put some time in on them. And so my goal for this is to finish it by the end of this year. We'll see if I actually get that done. If you do, if you don't. This is Christmas Jewel by Just Nan. I'm going to bring it close so you can kind of see it. I'm using sort of my own colors or my own threads too, because what I did was I went to a thrift store and I got some odd thread that I don't even know what it is, but this is it. It's huge. And this is it. It's huge. I think they call it, I have a tag on this one. It is from, well, they call it pearl embroidery yarn. So I think it's like the pearl. Yeah, and I think it's in a language I cannot read. So I'm not sure it's where it's from. But anyways, so I'm using these. So it's a little different doing that. Kind of fun. And so I was working on this while I was dog sitting. So I now have 3 out of 4 squares done. So that's great. Then there'll be stuff in the middle and there's stuff up the sides. But it actually almost, so it's kind of repetitive doing the same thing. But the one good thing too is you really actually know the pattern. I still make mistakes. Like I seem to always make a mistake right at the bottom here and suddenly things aren't working and then I have to do some tearing out. But yeah, so that is what I worked on. I love it. I actually really, really enjoy it. So it's coming along and I got a little embellishment pack. So once I finish, I got to do the embellishments. I think there's some special silk threads or cordon or something. I don't know. So that was really, really fun, but and I put some good time in on that. I mean, now after this floss tube, so each floss tube, and once I finish a floss tube, I'm going to spin one. It'll be a surprise for you which one I'm working on. So to just get some time into another one. So I think that is all I worked on. I do have a bit of haul. I don't know if you'd like to see the haul or not. And I kind of mixed the life stuff already in. So I think we're mostly counted on the life stuff. So maybe I'll just go to the haul now. Yeah. And I'm not sure what I've shown you, but I'll show you some. So been doing a few 1, 2, 3 stitches. And I think this one was just on sale. And so I threw it in with an order and then it actually got back ordered. So it came by itself. So this is a Nora Corbett. And I do like I think they're called Pixie Witches. What are they called? I think they're Pixie Witches. I'm not sure. Bewitching Pixies. Oh, that's close. Bewitching Pixies. And this one is Witching Hour. And I think that's pretty darn cool. So I think I'm going to save this. And this is actually going to be my Halloween start. I now have not made Sleepy Hollow to be finished by Halloween. That was my original goal, is always to do a Halloween start and finish it by the following Halloween. I don't want the pressure on myself, so I'll just do what I can. I'll probably keep it on the 13th, but this will be my Halloween start, and then this will replace Sleepy Hollow when Sleepy Hollow is done on the 13th. Did another order. I don't think I showed you this last time, but just to fill up, this was an Amazon order just to get it to the shipping, the free shipping. I just threw in a dimensions, and so it's the Indian Peacock, and it's on 14 count natural Aida. So there's the nice colors. So I don't know when I will start that. Maybe next year sometime. I don't know. So that will go in my stash. And then I got Fabric of the Month from Kaylee's. So if you are in Kaylee's, the Sewing Shop's Fabric of the Month Club, and you don't want to be spoiled, you can look away. I was thinking, I actually don't see many floss tubers showing Kaylee's Fabric of the Month Club. Don't think I see any, but I actually had seen this one before. They didn't say it was a Fabric Month Club. With Sarah on I Swear I'm Still Stitching. I had actually seen it from there, but I still was happily pleased because it looks awesome in person. So it's like this. It is called, and it's hard to see on the camera, but it is called something lace. What's it called? It is called lightly laced. Lightly laced. And what it reminds me of is like the ocean and then mountains in the background. That's what I see on this. And it's got lots of white below. So I am thinking, I think Al Forest Embroideries whale would be awesome on this. And you could even do something down here and then have this as the background. Obviously a mermaid would work well. I got the pattern for Riley Harbor, and I don't know if that would work. It has a whale and then has houses. I'm not sure how that would work if it's too dark down here, but I will figure something out. I probably will almost use it as two halves. You could go this way too, which is kind of different, so I'm not sure. Yeah, so that was my Fabric of the Month Club. I do love the fabric, and if you look at this really closely, it is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to just do a section here and just look at that. See how that looks like mountains? That looks like mountains and then water. It's actually little roses almost. It's like a rose. It's like a flowery fabric. Something in black work would probably work really well on it, because then you still have it as a background. That might be the way to go, but we'll see. That one's going to take a little while to figure out what to put on it. So, but I got lots of fabric. I haven't even touched last month's yet. So we'll see how much longer I go on this, because it's fun. I love getting the Fabric of Month Clubs, and the first and second one I've used a lot. Like I said, I haven't cut, that's my fourth one. I haven't cut into the third one yet, but I really, really do enjoy them. I like having the stash, but there's a point where it gets a little overwhelming. So I think I'll probably, like I said, do a couple of months of the 32, see how I like it, and then I might stop it. Maybe I might go to the end of the year. We'll see. We'll see. You know, this being my big year, I'm kind of splurging and treating myself, and there's a point where, like, okay, the car has really drained my bank account dry. So I am now waiting for my next pension check. And so it's, and of course I got this trip. And so I'm like kind of being, yeah, no more orders, no more. I have to start being a good girl. So I got lots of patterns. I got lots of fabric. I got some threads. I might still need to buy more threads, but I got lots of threads. So it's yeah, I got to start being a little bit more fiscal responsible, something like that. So I think that's it for me. What are we at? We're at about almost 30 minutes, just about. Yeah, life updates. It pretty much was that house sitting the dog. It was hard looking after an old dog. He had lots of medications. He took about 10 pills a day. And you just had to really be conscious of getting him out. Every time, the poor dog, every time he stood up from his bed, I was taking him outside because I didn't know if he had to pee or poop or what. So that's all I had to do really, was take him outside, give him his meds, and feed him. That was it. So it was a good house sitting and dog sitting. And then now I got my retreat. What else? Physically, other than the fall, I'm doing really well. My heel is slowly healing still. Our weather, it's been foggy, but today we do not have fog. I probably should have filmed outside. Got my garden going. I got zucchinis, pumpkins, corn, and tomatoes, and carrots going like crazy. So I'm very happy about all those. Yeah, I think that's about all. And other than next week's my big day. Oh, why don't I do a giveaway? Hopefully some people are still around. You know what? I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to do it on the next video at the start. And so you get 2 entries. So if you can enter off of this video, and you'll be able to enter off the next video. And that rewards the ones that stuck around this long. And it'll just be our little secret. Okay, so giveaway. I got a pile here. Oh, by the way, this is my, just trying to put a different thing in the background. This is my, what was this called? Halloween Quaker by Lilo Studios. So that was the one I did a long time ago. Horribly stuffed pillow. I actually probably should restuff it. Really cool fabric on the back. Crows. It doesn't sit up very well, but I use it a lot, so that's good. Okay. So let's see what we're going to give away here. Okay, first one I'm going to give away is this one here, the Biscornu. It's Octopus by Tiny Modernist. The word for this will be octopus. Octopus. Spelled right there so you can see it. Octopus. Okay. The next one I'm going to give away is this one, the Cottage Garden Samplings. And this one was the Clown Snowman. So the word is going to be clown. Clown. I still have to add that to my finishing chart, which I should do right afterwards. Next one is, do I want to give this one away? Yeah, declutter. Declutter. Okay, I'm going to give this away. This one is Foxbury Cottage, and this is Cape Breton in the tartan. So the word for this will be tartan. Tartan. Cape Breton tartan. And it will actually be coming with the leftover thread. So I just show the pattern. Next is Quaint Rose Needle Arts. Quaint Rose Needle Arts. Mary Amelia's Bird. And I'll give away this pattern. So this will be bird. Bird. The bird. And since I've been showing the word, there you go, bird. See, how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'll give this one away. I love these plaid series. This one is a little bit hard for me to give away, but I'm going to give it away. So this is Plaid Spring. You get all 3 of these patterns, and the word for this will be spring. Spring. So Plaid Series Spring. So that's 5. I think that's good. I think I'll just do the 5. Yeah, I think that's good. I think we'll do the 5. Okay, so like I said, you know the words, and don't use the bad words like giveaway or whatever. And you'll get an entry for this video and an entry for next video if you watch next video. So stay tuned. I'm going to do the next video sometime after my birthday, hopefully before like next weekend. So probably within 10 days, I think, before the end of the month. Let's say that, before the end of the month. Yeah. So there you go. So at this point, I am going to say goodbye. So take care, everybody, and I shall see you probably when I'm another year older. Bye.